Today is July 1st, 2008, and the markets are crashing. If you've been watching my videos, you've seen that I've been warning about this for a long time, and this is just the beginning of a major correction. We are going to go a lot further down. So if you haven't sold your shares already, please do that. I've had some comments on my videos, people asking me if they should sell before they go on their summer holiday or if they should just wait and see. And please sell. Cash in now. The thing is that this market is so rotten. There's a credit contraction that forces so many people to sell, and that's going to push prices lower, much lower than what they are now. So you want to get out of this market now, and you want to sit in cash, not just dollars. You want to sit in some euros, some yen, some British pounds. You want to diversify and sit in cash. And eventually there will be a fire sale in a year from now, a year and a half, and that's when you want to use your cash to buy in on the market at 30 cents on the dollar. So please sell now if you haven't already sold. Well, let's look at the broader picture. What's happening now is that more and more losses are coming out in the open. And you have to remember that these losses are something that has a dynamic effect on other companies, because when one bank comes out with losses, their share price drops, and then other banks and other institutions lose money, but that will not be reported until the next reporting cycle. And most of the big companies worldwide have quarterly reporting cycles. So for every quarter with losses, there's even more losses coming up the next quarter. And this is going to take quite some time until all the losses are out in the open. And this process has just begun. The first quarter 2008 is when the first losses came out, and there's much more to come. So this contraction is only just beginning, and this will depress prices on all kinds of assets, shares, houses, art, or everything except cash. Cash is cash, and cash is something you can pay off a debt with. So that's going to keep up for the short term or the half immediate term. Because longer term, this economy has big problems, huge problems. I personally believe that we will somehow muddle through this crisis this time around, and that this will not be a huge depression. I believe that there are still things that can be done and will be done to sort of muddle through and go into a new boom in a few years from now. So this means that everyone talking about gold going to $3,000 and all that, that's probably not going to happen this time around. It will in our lifetime. I'm sure gold will go to $3,000, but I don't think it'll happen in this time around. As a matter of fact, I believe commodities are in a huge bubble, especially if you look at oil, how it's risen. Commodities are going to be hit by two things very shortly, and this is different from earlier times. Commodities are going to be hit by the fact that the recession is going to depress demand. So demand is going to pull back, and that's going to pull back prices. But secondly, there's a bubble in commodities right now, a huge bubble. So the bubble is going to burst as the demand pulls out. So you're going to have a double effect downwards, and the falling dollar is going to give a triple effect on commodities that are quoted in dollars. So commodities is a very dangerous place to be right now, and I do not recommend that you diversify into commodities at these prices because we're already so high. So be careful about that. Your best bet, and a very sure bet, is to sit in cash and wait till prices are really good, when you feel that you can buy something real cheap. That's your best bet. I mean, you can maybe speculate on the commodities market and make a few percent, but doing it my way with sitting in cash and buying cheap, it's such a sure way to really get a lot out of this correction this time around. So summing it up, even gold and silver might fall in this correction, in this recession, because people are being forced to sell gold as well. Because the banks are calling their loans, and they have to sell something, and gold is the first thing that people can sell and liquidate real easy. So sooner or later there's going to be a huge pressure on the market with people wanting to sell gold as well, and that might very well depress the price of gold and silver. So again, cash, it's such an easy and simple an answer. You might not even believe that it could be correct to just sit in cash. And it's so boring because you might think that your money isn't working for you. But cash, in a time with serious money expansion like we've had during the last few years, easy credit, money all over the place. Everyone had access to money. Everyone had access to credit. People depreciate the value of cash, and they don't think about cash as being king and being the number one asset like it actually is. And what's going to happen this time around is that credit is pulled back, credit is taken away. And it's not going to be like it's been the last few years where everyone has cash and everyone has money on their ATM cards and their credit cards and there's cash just flowing all over the place. Cash is going to be scarce. Cash is going to be very scarce. So cash will buy you more. And even though it's boring and the money is not working for you, you will be able to get a lot for your money. I can't say it too often. I've said it many times. Please sell it all, and stay in cash. I'm Hans Lysglimt. Subscribe to my channel. Click the yellow subscription link up there.